Hi everyone and welcome to Mackey Arena. It is our BoilerBall pregame show. We are glad to have you with us tonight on what could be a historic night here at the home of the Boilermakers. Our second-ranked Purdue Boilermakers, who are 14-3 in the Big Ten, take on the Michigan State Spartans, who are 9-8 in Big Ten competition. Purdue knows this much. If they win tonight, they will clinch at the very least a share of their 26th Big Ten regular season championship. I'm Rob Blackman. To my left is Chris Forman. To my right is Bobby Riddell, and we thank you so much for making us a part of your Saturday night. We'll tip it up tonight at 8:07 between Purdue and Michigan State. I got to start with my guy Bob Riddell. He's actually been on a Big Ten championship team. He knows what it's like to win one of these things. Help me, Bob. 2009 Big Ten tournament title, right?
Correct. 2009 Big Ten tournament championship. The first Big Ten tournament championship and only one there for a long time until last year's team was able to get that done in Chicago. So I've had that chance to cut down some nets, and it's an amazing experience. Hopefully these guys get a chance to do that here tonight.
Now, obviously we're not talking about a Big Ten tournament title yet. We're talking about a regular season title with a win. Purdue is 26 of those. 26 Big Ten regular season championships. Chris Forman, more importantly, I think, Purdue would be doing it back-to-back for the first time since the mid-90s.
Yeah, Purdue hasn't won back-to-back titles since the three-peat of the mid-90s. Again, and another thing that you can look at is how close Purdue has been to winning more in the recent history. 2022 had a really good chance to win it, lost 4 buzzer beaters on the road in Big Ten play, and then 2018, we were talking with P.J. Thompson, finished 15-3 and tied for second, won 15 games, tied for second. That means 3 teams finished 15-3 or better. So Purdue's been an amazingly consistent program over about the last 10 years, and hoping tonight we can cut some nets down with a win over the Spartans.
I was part of that conversation earlier today with PJ. PJ made the mistake of trying to count up how many rings he almost won, and it's a lot. Purdue's been really, really close, an awful lot in these last 10 years or so. That obviously doesn't include the ones that Purdue has won. Last year, of course, winning the regular season championship with a 15-5 record, and then winning the Big Ten tournament title, of course, last year in Chicago. Okay, Bob, I'll bring up the bad news, the bad vibes first, and then we'll get it out of the way. Purdue was in this exact same scenario last year. Saturday night, home game against Indiana. The confetti was ready to rain from the ceiling. We were going to celebrate a Big Ten title, but Indiana ruined our night that night. We don't want that to happen tonight against the Spartans.
Man, I tried to block that game from my memory, certainly. That was a bummer, having all that expectation leading in, thinking, okay, they got to set their place in a close game. We're surely going to return the favor here in Mackey and get the W. And that darn Jalen Hood-Schifino, that guy came in here and made every single jump shot, I swear. And unfortunately ruined our great plans that evening. But we fortunately were able to beat the Fighting Illini later that season and get to have our moment. But of course, Michigan State, a team that we've battled with. You talk about all the success we've had in the Big Ten Conference the last handful of years. This Spartan team has predominantly been that team we've been looking at as far as our main competition goes. Coach Izzo and Coach Painter, of course, the 2 longest tenured coaches in the conference. So to be able to beat these guys and clinch a share of this Big Ten championship here tonight would be pretty special.
Well, it will not be easy. Bob mentioned Jalen Hood-Schifino. What a show he put on here at Mackey Arena last year for Indiana. Michigan State has a guy named Tyson Walker. He is just as capable.
Just as capable. We've certainly seen guys who are really good manufacturing that mid-range game with a mid-range jumper, a floater, kind of navigating that drop coverage as Edey does defensively. We've seen some of those guys have some success against Purdue's defense. Jalen Hood-Schifino, of course, was a guy last year, got to that mid-range, 15 and 17-foot jump shot, made it at will. It's a shot that not a lot of guys take, not a lot of guys practice, because from an efficiency standpoint, analytically, it's not a shot a lot of coaches like their players to shoot unless they're really good at it. Tyson Walker and A.J. Hogarth both shoot a lot of them, but are not shooting great percentages this year. But of course, we've seen Tyson Walker make them in the past, so Purdue's going to have to hope he doesn't have one of those amazing games where he makes everything.
About Tyson Walker, he hit a 3 against us in 2022 at the buzzer. Again, one of those losses that eliminated Purdue from trying to win a Big Ten title. And last year at their place, I believe he had about 32 points. We did a better job on him last year at our place, but he's definitely capable to go off.
Chris is right, 30 points for him last year in the game at Michigan State. Okay, Bob mentioned Zach Edey, so now I need to talk about Zach with Chris. because Zach did something on Monday that no player in the Big Ten had ever done until Monday, when Zach was named the Big Ten Player of the Week for an 11th time in his career.
Yeah, 11th career Big Ten Player of the Week honor, past Evan Turner of Ohio State. Came off a monster, absolute monster, 35-point, 15-rebound game against Michigan, had 0 turnovers. In fact, in the 2 games last week, he had 0 turnovers against both Rutgers and Michigan. Just an absolutely dominating week, much deserved, and hopefully he can string together another 30-10 game tonight.
If you want to watch this one closely tonight, and I know you do, look for Zach Edey to score 3 points and 22 rebounds. Because if he gets to those 2 numbers, he'll be the first player in Big Ten history with 2,200 points and 1,200 rebounds. Of course, it doesn't just have to happen tonight. Maybe it'll happen over the next game or 2, but it'd be kind of cool to see it. 3 points, that's what Zach needs to get to 2,200 and 22 rebounds to get to 1,200 rebounds. Again, no one in the history of the Big Ten has ever put together those kind of numbers. Speaking of numbers we haven't seen around here in a while, Braden Smith needs 5 assists tonight, Chris Forman, to set a new single season record.
Yeah, Bruce Parkinson holds the record with 207. Braden's got 203. Braden, one of the best point guards in America. I'm hoping he gets the credit that he deserves, because he's been absolutely fantastic this year, just running the show, looking to score more, which was something he did not do last year, and it's absolutely elevated his game and Purdue's game. Just a completely different season than he had last year, and off to a great start this year, and hopefully he can continue that, keep it going, and really set some standard this year as far as point guards go.
Michigan State, let's face it, under Tom Izzo has been one of the most difficult outs for anyone in the Big Ten, quite frankly, since Coach Izzo took the program over some 29 years ago. I had to double check my notes on that. But, Bob, Purdue has had success against the Spartans as of late. They haven't won in this building. They beat Michigan State since 2014. Why is that? Why has Purdue had Michigan State's number here at Mackey? Because most teams do not.
It's been a house of horrors for sure. You're right, Michigan State, one of those premier programs, they go on the road and win a lot, but at Mackey Arena, really ever since Coach Painter's taken over, it's been a house of horrors for this Michigan State team coming in here. I can fondly remember Chris Kramer back when I played, just hounding Drew Neitzel, taking the ball from Michigan State players left and right. Our Purdue team getting out to big victories, and then, as you said, the last 10 years, they have not been able to win a game at Mackey Arena. It's just been astounding what Coach Painter's been able to build this program into, and it's been surprising to see Michigan State just have that little success. Granted, Purdue's had a lot of really good teams over that tenure, but for whatever reason, Michigan State's not been able to play well in Mackey Arena, and hopefully that continues here tonight.
Here's the problem with Michigan State. Yes, they haven't won here since 2014, but we have seen over the career of Tom Izzo, when he has a desperate ball club, he normally has a winning ball club.
Yeah, this is a wounded animal coming in here tonight. Michigan State, rarely loses in East Lansing, but to lose back-to-back games like they did last week, have now a whole week to prepare. They're going to be revved up, ready to go, hungry, a little desperate probably. They're not a lock for the NCAA tournament yet, I wouldn't think. They got 3 games here to go. This one would, of course, lock them into the tournament for sure if they're able to steal this one on the road. So I think we're going to get Michigan State's best effort here tonight.
All right, I want to talk, Chris, about Purdue's scenarios here down the stretch. There's only 3 games remaining, 2 at home and 1 on the road. Tuesday night, Purdue will be at Illinois, and then next Sunday here with Wisconsin to close out the regular season. Right now, the different scenarios that are presented at Purdue, Chris, from a Big Ten standpoint. Win 1, you're Big Ten champions no matter what. Might have to share, but if you win 1. Win 2, you get it outright.
Yeah, 1 win shares it, 2 is outright. That's why tonight's game is so big, because you go to Illinois. If Purdue were to fall tonight to Michigan State, you go to Illinois just 1 game up, and that place on Tuesday night would be absolutely electric. It's going to be a madhouse if you go over there with only a 1-game lead. So Purdue's going to want to clinch something tonight and not leave it in anyone else's hands except their own. So that's why tonight's such a big game. Obviously, bringing Michigan State in, the crowd's going to be electric. Mackey Arena is going to be, jumping at the chance to beat Michigan State. So, let's just take care of it tonight and see what happens next week.
Also, as far as seeding right now for the Big Ten tournament, Purdue can do no worse than a 3rd seed, correct?
I think so. I haven't really checked the
I
map.
know can't be fourth.
No, we cannot be the 4th seed. We can finish 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. I think Northwestern is the 3rd seed right now, so it'll finish probably Purdue, Illinois, Northwestern in some sort of order. So again, a win tonight would go a long way to getting that number 1 seed.
And with Wisconsin losing today, that race for the number 4 seed has gotten awfully interesting in the Big Ten. That's something to keep an eye upon.
Who had Nebraska at the start of the year as a possible 4 seed?
I did not.
That's wild to think about.
All right, you may have noticed as you've been watching this broadcast, I'm holding a T-shirt in my left hand. I'll do my best to not drop it here. Help me, Bob. Help me, Bob. So, hopefully we can get a good shot of that. Corey, is that okay? The fans that will come to Mackey Arena tonight, you'll receive either one of these T-shirts in the color of black or one in the color of gold. The reason these are being given out tonight is to celebrate Gene Keady, our beloved head coach here at Purdue, the school's all-time winningest head coach, and his induction into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. You may have watched the ceremony this past summer when he was officially inducted, but tonight at Mackey Arena, we'll officially say thank you, Coach, for all that you've done for Purdue basketball and congratulate him officially on going into the Hall of Fame. Now, look very closely at this T-shirt. It is black. If you are coming to the game tonight and a black T-shirt like this is on your seat, we need you to wear it. If you come to the game tonight and a gold T-shirt is on your seat, we need you to wear it because the colors are actually put together in a very designated fashion, specific fashion. If everyone wears the shirt correctly, it will read play hard, play at the one end zone, hard in the other, for the TV folks watching on television at home. That's why it's so important tonight that you please wear the T-shirt. Otherwise, it might say something like, hey, Harad, or I don't know what it could possibly say. So please wear your T-shirt, fans. It's the least we could ask of you, and it's your free T-shirt, so you get to take it home. And everyone in the building tonight gets a free T-shirt. So even if you show up late, you still get a free T-shirt. It'll be on your seat. Please do that for Coach Keady. We're honoring him. Is it halftime or you know?
I don't know exactly when it is. I know we're doing the shirts obviously, but I imagine we'll bring him out at halftime and give him the applause and recognition that he deserves.
Awesome. So that's what we're doing tonight for Coach Keady. It's the least you can do for the guy that's the winningest head coach in the history of Purdue basketball. So please play along with us tonight. For those who won't be here at the game, we hope you listen on the radio to myself and Bobby Riddell. We will go on the air at 7 o'clock with our pregame show. The tip-off is at 8:07. Purdue taking on Michigan State. For Chris and Bob, I'm Rob. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your weekend. Boiler up, hammer down, and hail Purdue.